The Bhagavad Gita unfolds on a battlefield. Two armies face each other, ready for war. Among them is Arjuna, a skilled warrior filled with doubt and despair. He sees friends and family on both sides, ready to fight and die. Overwhelmed, he turns to his charioteer, Krishna, for guidance. What Arjuna doesn't realize is that Krishna is no ordinary charioteer. He is the supreme personality of Godhead who has descended to earth in human form. Throughout the Gita, Krishna reveals his true nature to Arjuna. He speaks about his divine qualities and his role as the creator, sustainer, and destroyer of the universe. Krishna's presence on the battlefield is no accident. He becomes Arjuna's teacher, guiding him through a profound spiritual crisis. The battlefield becomes a metaphor for the battle within each of us, the struggle between right and wrong, duty and desire. To understand Krishna's divinity, we need to grasp concepts like para Brahma. Brahman refers to the ultimate reality, the absolute truth that underlies everything we see and experience. It is beyond our limited human comprehension, like trying to hold the entire ocean in a small cup. Krishna is described as para Brahma, meaning he is the supreme Brahman. He is the source of all creation, the ultimate reality from which everything emerges. Imagine a single seed containing the potential for an entire forest. That's a glimpse into the vastness of Krishna as para Brahma. The Gita teaches us that Krishna is not merely a powerful God among many. He is the source of all power, the ultimate cause of all causes. Another important term is paradhamma, meaning the supreme abode. Imagine the most beautiful, peaceful place imaginable. Now realize that even that is a limited human concept. Paradhamma is beyond our wildest imagination. It is the spiritual realm where Krishna eternally resides. It is a place of pure joy, knowledge and bliss, free from the suffering and limitations of the material world. The amazing thing is that Krishna's supreme abode exists within each of us. Just as a drop of water contains the essence of the ocean, we carry a spark of Krishna's divine energy within our hearts. Arjuna's initial reaction to Krishna's revelation is understandable. He is both amazed and overwhelmed. He sees Krishna as a friend, a charioteer, and now the supreme God. His dilemma highlights the challenge we all face when trying to grasp the divine. Arjuna's acceptance of Krishna's true nature is a turning point in the Gita. He chooses to surrender his doubts and fears, becoming a willing student eager to learn. His acceptance opens the door for Krishna to share profound wisdom about life, death, and the nature of reality. Arjuna's journey teaches us that approaching the divine requires humility and a willingness to set aside our preconceived notions. Devotion, the key to unlocking the Gita's wisdom. The Bhagavad Gita is not merely a philosophical text to be analyzed intellectually. It is a guidebook for living a meaningful life, filled with purpose and connection to the divine. To unlock its true power, we need to approach it with devotion. Devotion, in this sense, doesn't mean blind faith or empty rituals. It's about cultivating a loving relationship with Krishna, just as Arjuna did. It's about opening our hearts and minds to his teachings and allowing them to transform us from within. Devotion allows us to go beyond the surface level of the Gita's verses and connect with the deeper truths they convey. It's like tasting a delicious meal. Intellectual understanding is like reading the recipe, while devotion is like savoring each bite. The Five Truths, a framework for understanding life. The Bhagavad Gita presents 5 basic truths that form a framework for understanding ourselves and the world around us. They are Isvara, the supreme controller; God; Jiva, the living being; soul; Prakriti, nature, material energy; Kala, time; and Karma, action and its consequences. These 5 truths are interconnected and work together to create the tapestry of existence. Understanding them helps us see beyond the illusion of the material world and recognize the deeper spiritual reality. By understanding these truths, we can navigate life's challenges with greater clarity and purpose. Isvara refers to the supreme controller. the ultimate cause of everything that exists. While we often think of ourselves as in control, the Gita reminds us that there is a higher power at work in the universe. Think of a puppet show. The puppets may seem to move independently, but they are controlled by the unseen puppeteer. Similarly, Isvara is the unseen force guiding and directing everything in the universe. Recognizing Isvara doesn't mean giving up our free will or responsibility for our actions. It simply means acknowledging that we are part of something much greater than ourselves. Jiva represents the individual soul, the eternal spark of consciousness that resides within each living being. Prakriti refers to material nature, the physical world we experience through our senses. Kala, time, governs the cycle of birth, growth, decay, and death. These three elements are constantly interacting. The soul, encased in a material body, journeys through time, experiencing the joys and sorrows of life. The Gita teaches us that the material world is temporary and ever-changing. Understanding this helps us detach from material possessions and focus on cultivating our spiritual nature. Karma, often misunderstood, simply means action and its consequences. Every action we take, whether physical, mental, or emotional, creates a ripple effect that influences our present and future experiences. The Gita emphasizes that we have control over our actions, but not necessarily their outcomes. By focusing on performing our duties selflessly, without attachment to the results, we create positive karma and move closer to liberation from the cycle of birth and death. Understanding karma helps us make conscious choices that lead to greater peace and fulfillment. The Bhagavad Gita's teachings are timeless and offer practical guidance for navigating the complexities of modern life. Here are some key takeaways. Cultivate self-awareness. The Gita encourages introspection, urging us to understand our true nature as souls distinct from the body and mind. Act with detachment. Focus on performing your duties to the best of your ability without being overly attached to the results. Embrace devotion. Cultivate a loving relationship with the divine, allowing it to guide and inspire you. Practice mindfulness. Be present in each moment, cultivating awareness of your thoughts, feelings, and actions. Live with purpose. Recognize that life has a deeper meaning beyond material pursuits. By integrating these teachings into our daily lives, we can experience greater peace, purpose, and connection to the divine. The Bhagavad Gita is not just an ancient text, it's a roadmap for living a more meaningful and fulfilling life.